Is there something in your career, either ongoing initiatives, something in the past, a strategic problem that you were able to kind of maybe, yeah, I'm sure we all do it with help, but you were able to kind of sort of navigate toward a successful resolution?
Absolutely, and there's quite a few out there, but I think maybe one of the best ones that we have, and maybe useful for your listening audience, is when I was with Underwriters Laboratories. When I came into the role of leading their sales for their life and health sciences, so medical devices division, we quickly realized that we had a big strategic and tactical problem, and that problem was we were terrible at forecasting. And as a result, the business was not able to plan for its resources or plan for its revenue because the sales team was just terrible at forecasting. So I was charged with improving the forecasting. So we had to look at it both strategically and with the tactics. So what we did is we went in and we evaluated, really what was happening. Why wasn't the forecasting very good? And we ultimately came down to there was not a clear process on how to manage one's pipeline. So we found that my opportunity that I might think is 90% probable, you may have it as 10% in yours, because there was not clear guidance as to what stage is what. So what we had to do is step back and retrain, but then also simplify and clarify the stages of opportunities. And that way we had mandatory things that had to happen to justifiable outcomes, we call them, to move from one step process in the opportunities to another. So as a result, we cleaned that up. And then with a lot of diligence and focus on it, we went from where we were about 60% accurate at the beginning of a month to the end of the month, till we're over 92% within 3 months. So it really helped the business. So that was a strategic problem that we had, but we had to fix the tactics and even had to work on some of the culture in addition to why weren't you doing it right. So it was just a great project and something I'm certainly very proud of in my career, because we got really good at it. And then that has served me well, both at Food Chain ID and now at Green Seal. We're seeing similar things. So it was very helpful and a good project.
No, that's great. That's a great example. And a couple things that I'm just kind of thinking about is, so as far as the accuracy, and it's great that you were able to benchmark it 60, took it to 90 here, but what was sort of the pain with the 60% batting average for the business?
So quite a few things. The first part of pain was we were not able to adequately plan for our resources. So what we were selling was medical device testing and then certification. So you need a certain type of engineer to do a certain type of business. And you really have to plan those out. So by being so bad at the forecasting, we were unable to really accurately plan our resources as to what project goes to Minneapolis versus California versus Chicago. So that was the first thing, was just a pure logistics of our resources, planning that. The second thing was that we were not able to project our revenue. So that was very challenging, because then we don't know what we can spend on research and development and new campaigns and hiring new people. So that was probably equal with the first one. They both were really important. And then what we also found is that is we weren't holding our people accountable. So by doing it this way, we were able to hold people accountable, and that ultimately upped our performance because they took pride in getting it right. So, and frankly, we had a couple of people that couldn't get it right, and they are no longer in that organization. Not bad people, but they just
but that's how it goes sometimes, right? Not the right role, not the right fit, and it's
So, a side benefit of that is our sales went up exponentially because we were managing our pipelines better, and we got rid of those opportunities that weren't real. And salespeople tend to be the most optimistic people on the planet. And if you build it, they will buy, right? And in this case, we just got much better and a lot realer in it, and we were able to really tell people this is what you have to do to move an opportunity from one step to the next. And we got better at it. So we ended up having some fun, and we saw our sales performance go up significantly as a result of this. So it really accomplished more than we thought it would accomplish. We were really just trying to solve for the first two things, the planning of resources and revenue planning.